ABC News 4 at 5 continues right now.
Moncks Corner is getting in the holiday spirit. Tonight, the town will be hosting its tree lighting ceremony. They call it Christmas in the Corner, and it's where we find our Tessa Spencer tonight. Tessa? PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, have been found in public drinking water across the state, resulting in a class action lawsuit. The companies responsible for pollution in the water offered a settlement of over $10 billion to several counties, including some here in the Low Country. But Dorchester County Council rejected the offer. Congressman George Santos has been expelled from the House of Representatives. This makes him just the sixth lawmaker in history to be kicked out of the chamber. The measure required a 2/3 majority vote to succeed. The New York Republican faces 23 criminal charges related to fraud and misused campaign funds. Once he learned the House had the votes to expel him, Santos left the chamber before the vote was official, ignoring reporters and jumping into a car. He later told CNN, quote, "It's over," and that the House just set new dangerous precedent for themselves. When asked if he would still stay and use non-member privileges since he's not convicted, Santos replied, "Why would I want to stay here?" Representative Nancy Mace released a statement on his explosion saying, quote, "Today's vote was not about accountability, which should have been in the hands of the courts and the people of NY03. This was about shifting the balance of power in Congress, and I won't play those games." As disapproval of President Biden's handling of the economy increases, his message is changing again. Chief political correspondent Scott Thuman has a look at the latest numbers and the president's change in tune over Bidenomics. Another legal blow for Trump. A federal appeals court says he doesn't have immunity from lawsuits against the related to the January 6th Capitol riot. Trump wanted to dismiss lawsuits brought by Capitol Police and Democratic lawmakers, accusing him of inciting the violent mob. The court denies his request, but says its ruling is not the final word. The Republican National Committee may soon allow unsanctioned debates. GOP officials are expected to consider a proposal next week that would permit candidates to take part in presidential debates not approved by the party. The change could lead to more debates being held ahead of the early nominating contests in Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, and South Carolina, including the potential for smaller one-on-one debates. Polling indicates President Biden is bleeding support from the Democratic base, with supporting dropping dramatically among one group. Angela Brown explains.
This interview setting off a firestorm. A Black Lives Matter advocate telling Fox News he's supporting Trump, dumping Democrats.
We're not stupid. The brothers are not stupid.
One of the actresses involved in the Varsity Blues scandal speaking for the first time. Ahead, hear from Felicity Huffman and why she says she got involved.
One of our locals, Collin Leeds.
This was the view Saturday morning as thousands of runners crossed the finish line of the 46th annual Cooper River Bridge Run. Even though the view was stunning, everyone agreed.
It was really windy.
Pretty bad, but the backside was fast, so it was good. My husband's running and my daughter's running too.
Even though these tricky conditions called for a tough race, most finished with a smile because they were just happy to get over it.
In the race, I got my PR. I'm pretty sure it was like 52 something.
I was about a minute and a half, 2 minutes off. It's okay. It was a tough one, so it's okay.
75% of the runners traveled over 60 miles alongside family and friends to participate in the race. Collin Leeds, News 4. The audit has 72 different recommendations for the Charleston Police Department, and while the assessment found that CPD has made significant changes, there are still some key areas that need work. First, the assessment revealed the demographics of the department have not changed much since 2019. The department's number of black officers, female officers, and other minority groups remains largely unchanged. In fact, the report shows there are fewer black officers on the force now than there were in 2019. Motor vehicle stop producers is another main area of focus. Data shows black drivers are stopped and warned or cited at higher rates. Findings also suggest officers more readily searched black drivers than they do white drivers. The authors of the assessment say these require immediate attention from CPD, and they strongly suggest the department reevaluates its training for these types of stops. News 4 reached out to CPD for comment on the assessment's findings, but the department says the chief will talk after the team has further time to review the lengthy report. Reporting from Charleston, Collin Leeds, News 4.